Going through there, right?
Shaw with the Rocky Mountain Sasquatch organization, working up on the top of the Mogollon Rim. We're about 7,600 feet elevation. We're checking along water sources for possible Bigfoot evidence. A lot of these water sources in the area, the lakes and the creeks and stuff, is where the people are seeing them. We decided to hike along this lake today and see what we could find. We've had a pretty exciting week here along the Mogollon Rim and inside crater inside the Mogollon Rim. We've found 6 different footprints that a couple of them are really suspect. They were really the squarish shape that you expect out of a Bigfoot shaped footprint. And we're right where the river comes into this lake. And then we're going to hike along the shores of this lake and see if Bigfoot's foraging along the shores or actually coming down to the shores of the lake for a drink. One of the things I really like about the Bigfoot sighting reports here is how people say the face of this creature looks like a troll. Bumps on the face, and I don't know what's your stereotype of a troll. To me, that would mean I would have like a longer nose. Yeah, people that see the face of the creature here says it doesn't look like an ape-like face. Something that I can't complain at all about is just the beautiful scenery here along the Mogollon Rim. I mean, there's just majestic views, rock formations, volcanic activity, and it just doesn't disappoint. So that's the icing on the cake. You don't see Bigfoot or Bigfoot evidence. You know, the natural wildlife and the scenery is the bonus for going into these places. And then, hey, if you do find any evidence, see or hear the creature, you know, that's an unexpected bonus of all of this. You never expect it, and it usually happens when you least expect it. And trust me, I'm always least expecting it.
You probably had to have just picked it up. A couple of wood knocks just tipping about 200 yards up.
I heard the
distinct.
I heard the birds freaking out.
I mean, there's distinctly a woodpecker screwing around up there. I mean, but I come on, you know the difference between a woodpecker and a wood knock. It was a deep, 2 of them, boom, boom, just a couple hundred yards up. I mean, I sat there and panned around.
Henry, you point to where the wood knocks happened?
Well, it would have been actually right up over here, actually, because I was walking. I was 100 yards back this way, and it was almost straight up from the lake. But
yeah, I heard some birds freaking out. I didn't hear the knock.
In fact, kind of right the valley, right where the little canyons kind of meet together right there, and then funnel down into the lake, right about there. Did you see the log? Just up here, I kind of went off the thing because I mean I want to get kind of away from it, see what's funneling down into this, but there's a log there that something distinctly was chewing on. The whole log was all tore up, and you could see whatever it was heavy, because it just literally had pounded down on it and just smushed, like it stepped on it or pushed down and just shattered the log. There's quite a few different places that you'll actually see, you know, maybe like a bear digging through it, or there's a big huge log that's been overturned a couple times that's just right off the side of the trail. Up here, we'll pass it again. Obviously something moved that. It had been sitting there for a long time. Something moved it. Something was after something underneath it. Potential print. I got a print. I got an actual picture of it, and I put a stick up by where I saw the print. It wasn't a big deep one, but It looked like a print coming down the same direction of where that log was chewed up too.
Well, we're heading that
It's a beautiful area.
We're heading that direction. We're going to have to check it out.
Obviously, I like coming out and around here a lot better than when we first come in. Kind of gives you an eerie silence sometimes, you know?
Yeah, that the birds are shut up.
And that was, it was such a distinct, those wood knocks. You guys didn't hear them. You didn't hear them.
I just heard birds going nuts.
Well,
And it wasn't a bunch of birds, it was just a couple of them.
You guys were over there, so you were kind of on the other side of it, but it funneled right down to me.
Yeah, we had this little
Two of them.
this little hill between us and the noise.
Bear scat and a couple prints. You're like,
Creepy?
Yeah, you guys had walked over here. I'm over there by myself. I'm like, good thing I'm the one with the bear mace.
I've got some in my pocket.
I'm just saying, man.
I did hear something grunt when we walked past that draw that you're talking about.
Yeah, it was right up this.
Yeah, I heard something. I heard something grunt here as we passed it, and I told Jenny, I'm like, I just thought I heard something grunt.
I mean, like, right up there, we just kind of, I mean, anything, you know, if it was something staring at us, something indicating that we're here, you know.
Yep, that's why I heard it.
All it's got to do is just sit there. It was right up there. In fact, if you want to know, it was kind of a little off to the right of it, like it was up this way, but it was right up this. I like this area.
Squatchy.
Cool. It is. Got a lot of stuff taken out. But you get back home and, I mean, what do they talk about? It's when you actually have to go through a lot of deadfall to get to them. To make it difficult to get to them.
Yep.
And of all the places, this happens to be one where there's plenty of cover, probably plenty of food, and a lot of deadfall. Throwing it out there. Yeah, you never know that. Log. You know, how many times do you come across them and they're sitting down in the middle of willows? And, you know, right time of year, something could be laying right down the middle of that and you'd walk right past, not even know, really realize it was sitting there.
Yeah, especially during the summer and the fall when all the foliage is here.
Yeah. But places where things have been digging through and ripping the top bark off. But this is a distinctly, look, something literally moved that entire log. I'm sure it had been sitting there. It's been sitting there for years. I mean, it's halfway rotted. Why it's still sitting there, and they moved the whole dang thing.
Yeah, you can see the impression where it got rolled.
I don't know if you guys actually noticed that when you walked past, but
Nope, missed it.
but
We were walking down by the water looking for tracks.
we'll see in looking for sign of. I mean, right here.
See this
Big
log.
log.
This log was laying right here, about 2 feet to the right, and it was rolled. This is an old fireplace. They fought a fire here years ago, so that's why you see the chainsaw activity. But now these dead,
But it's obviously been
these
sitting
dead
there
rotted
for
logs are just
a
full
long time.
of stuff that things want to eat, termites and grubs, and
And things want to eat them.
and something's been tearing into this and rolled it from there to here to get under the rotted underside. You guys see any bear tracks or squatch tracks around this log?
I did not. I mean, tell me that wasn't something that just come in here and just literally just
Smashed it.
smashed it, chewed it up and was smashing it. I mean, literally just exploded it out the side. I was really looking for kind of some prints and stuff.
It looks like a print right there, but I can't tell what made it. It looks like it is hard to say.
Kind of one right there, but that one, again, I really couldn't tell anything of what.
The rain last night may have distorted the prints here.
Couldn't really tell what was there. And even here, there's another print this way, smaller.
That looks like the hind end of a bear or a Bigfoot.
Even looks like a toe right there, where it's still a little moist from wherever it stuck, right where the heel is and where this toe is.
The hill,
it's a smaller
I'm sure you guys
print.
can see the hill comes clear out to here.
It's a smaller print, but whatever.
I'm sure that's exactly what was tearing into that and smashing it. Yeah, that print probably would have looked nicer yesterday. That definitely was made before the rain. You can tell how the rain pot marked it.
Yeah, well, you guys were cheeking it. I was zigzagging through all this. Because it's a lot of deadfall, a lot of things. You know, if it stepped over something, it would have been a redirection of its weight. Might have had a bigger chance of leaving an imprint. But it probably goes through this stuff like it's not even there anyway.
Beautiful area.
That almost looks like a small, look at that.
Yep. See if I can get that to show up on camera.
Just shows how small it is. And that's not bear looking. You get it?
Yeah, I filmed it.
There's I put a stick in the ground. It's just below it. Right here. There's a stick I put in the ground to mark where I was. Hold on. Right here. Right here.
Here, I didn't have the camera on when you were showing it off.
Right here. Thicker hill.
Yeah, looks 13, 14 inches.
Yeah, at least. With my glasses next to it, yeah. Anyway, that was about the best looking of what I could find.
In this area so far.
Yes. That's about all I saw anywhere. I mean, I literally zigzagged all the way up and down this thing. Looking, this looks like a good place where it funnels things in.
Yeah, just draw. Jenny spotted a structure, so we're gonna check it out. I mean, of course, we don't have the evidence of who made it. You gotta consider it human made unless there's some way of ruling it out. But here's a structure that Jenny found. You know, I know people make structures like this for a temporary shelter. I mean, does Bigfoot do the same thing?
It looks like at one time it was covered in pine needles.
But then again, that's just triangles that are falling on it.
Our GPS map study of structures, we don't include these shelter types because we know that people make these. Don't know if Bigfoot does, but we usually are looking for the teepee style structures, the large ones, where it takes more than 2 guys to throw those giant logs into place. But this is cool by its own right.
Very basic at best. Actually, excuse me.
Did you see another structure down over there, Derek?
No.
Trees have been folded over on each other. Here's some vegetation manipulation.
I just wanted to look to see if there was actually root, and at least some of it there's no root, but some actually stuffed that in there.
So 2 suspect structures within about 100 feet of each other. Not saying any of this is Bigfoot. We're just pointing out what we're finding in a Bigfoot sighting hotspot. Kind of letting you guys look around the area we found these structures in. Going right in the direction of a structure that we found. We see a structure up ahead.
Give you a little indication. It's 15 inch, 12, 15 inch, 15.
Yeah, let's check out this structure. Jenny's walking up to it. These are the types of structure we put on our GPS map overlay study. Hey, they're on the right side of the...
Looks like a couple of them probably fell down.
They're on the southeast side. Yeah, these have been relocated.
Well, this one, this is heavy. This one right here. I don't know who could have lifted this one up.
That was just massive.
Seriously, who could lift that up?
Yeah, these are the types of structures we look for in Bigfoot sighting areas. These are the ones that we don't think people are doing. Living host tree and relocated deadfall. I mean, why? Territorial marker?
Right here. Look at this.
Did you find a track? Yeah, that looks Bigfoot shaped.
Walking away from it.
One walking towards it on the other side and one walking away on the other side. Point out those toes. I can see them on the camera, but they might not be able to.
All the way out and around, down through here. Just to give it another sample. You're looking about the exact same size of what we saw walking up.
People ask us, do you find Bigfoot footprints around structures? And my answer is yes, some of them we do. As a matter of fact,
15 feet from.
On Bear Wallow, we actually casted one near some structures. So
That's actually probably castable. It's flat enough.
in my experience, all this long grass,
Yeah.
it's gonna break your casting deal as you pull it up. So casting on top of grass
See that,
is
Jen?
almost impossible, Derek.
It's all good.
Yeah.
That's not a castable one, really. That one right there is probably break on you.
Right here. Look at this. Well, a little bit wider.
Yeah, that's 3 Bigfoot tracks, or Bigfoot shaped. I'm not going to blame these Bigfoot shaped footprints on Bigfoot, but they're around the structure. I don't know, maybe the Mogollon Monster isn't a Bigfoot, maybe it's a troll. Hope you guys enjoyed these hikes with us. We found some neat things on this forest. And this structure is one of those things. I just don't get these structures. Not very many logs in this one. I'm counting 5.
However, I think these ones I think might have been part of it at one time.
Yeah, these, you know, there is a theory that when a rival male comes into territory and wants to challenge the alpha that has made these, they'll destroy their structures as a challenge display. But we've seen where the structures have been completely wrecked. This is just a couple of logs that may have been weather that knocked this log out of this structure. But currently, there's 5 logs in this structure. And I mean, these are giant logs. I mean, one guy did not hoist that big one in this spot. And I'm telling you right now, me, Derek, and Jenny, I mean, we could probably do it, but it would probably take some ropes, pulleys, climbing this tree. It's an all-day job just for the one log. No thanks. There's no benefit to me throwing these logs into place at all. Nuts. So yeah, these territorial structures, in my opinion, the creature's showing its size and strength. I mean, if you can throw that giant log into place by yourself, you're a big, bad, tough boy. Or girl. Alright, well, we're going to keep looking around the Mogollon Rim of Arizona looking for Bigfoot evidence. We've been finding some pretty neat stuff that resembles some of the evidence that we find back at home with the Utah Bigfoot, the North Pacific, or the Pacific Northwest Bigfoot, now the Mogollon Rim Monster, or the Mogollon Monster. Keep on watching, we're going to keep squatching.